Hello, everyone, and welcome to This Week in Stupid for the 21st of March, 2021. I woke up in horror as I decided to start this segment with one of the worst news that I have ever read on this channel. It says that in edgy Grammy performance, a fully clothed woman sings beautiful song. And I'm like, what is this Nazi filth? Like, what does the Grammy have to do with music? Why would anyone be fully clothed on television? What is this happening? What is this nonsense? And then I realized, oh, thank God it is satire. This is the Babylon Bee. Luckily, in the real world, the Grammys were still very progressive. Now, I can't actually show you pictures from the Grammys because I think it might actually violate the conservative website that it's called YouTube. It might violate its conservative terms of service. But I can describe it to you. At one point, there were two ladies. One of them, I believe, was the renowned artist of the very beautiful song, Wet Ass Pussy. And the two ladies were performing on stage in a way that, how should I put this? It reminds me of a tool. Yes, a scissor. Yes, the two ladies were performing in a very interesting way, kind of like a scissor. And as a result, it was very progressive. Now, a lot of people are pointing out that the Grammy Awards were at the lowest rated in history. Not a lot of people watched them. And this is a good thing, okay? Because Grammys are for progressive people. These are for the moral, upstanding echelons of our society. It is not something for everyone. Like, the peasantry will never understand or appreciate it, which is why progressive people need to be put in front of society and drag the rest of the peasantry into 2021. But unfortunately, not everyone is progressive. Not everyone can appreciate art like I can. Because you see, a Nazi has infiltrated the Grammys, one of the disgusting members of our society, a backwards person by the name of Bill Burr. And do you know what he did? Do you know what he is guilty of? He made a joke. How dare he? How dare he make a joke? So, as he is opening the letter of one of the winners, he says, I can't say this name. Natalie what? If I butchered her name, I am sorry. Natalie, you won. He added while accepting the award on her behalf. What a shameful display. This is the reason our society cannot progress. This is why we are being held back. Why we cannot advance into a better society. It's people like this guy making jokes. But luckily, the progressives and uplifting members of our society, in one breath, that white man has made fun of a POC's name, racism and feminism, very on brand to represent the Grammys. Oh yeah, Bill Burr, it is Natalia Lafourcade. How is that hard? Couldn't you practice the names prior to the show? You could have easily asked anyone from the show to tell you how to pronounce it. Also, jokes about killing yourself after a performance is beyond disgusting. Meanwhile, other more progressive and enlightened members of society, the creme de la creme, the pillar of our community that held us all together, have also issued similar sentiments on Twitter. Hey, motherfucker, yeah, you fucking racist. Keep one eye open at all times. Bill Burr is the perfect example of why white men deserve to be kept in cages. Racist piece of shit. Shut the fuck up and get off the stage. Praying Bill Burr loses his entire career, but he white, so I doubt that will happen. Oh my god, Bill Burr, huge fan. Get the fuck out of the stage right now, stupid cis white racist piece of shit. Sincerely, an angry feminist. I hope now Bill Burr will understand the colossal harm that he has brought upon the world, and he is going to realize that he needs to change his ways. Speaking of changing your ways, we should look at another terrible event that has transpired. For you see, our society is being bravely led forward by the most important job that can exist in the world, that of journalists and editorialists. So we expect that journalists and editorialists conduct themselves in a very progressive manner. Unfortunately, this is not always the case, which is why we always need to be vigilant. Because you see, a Teen Vogue editor was forced out over racist tweets that she made years ago as a teenager.
Can you feel it? Closing in all around you. The light's justice has been awakened. The sins of the past have finally caught up to you. You will be called to account for all the atrocities you've committed.
Atrocities indeed. You know, I really hate my job because I have to rid such filth. Even if I don't say it and I just need to bring the news, it's still... I mean, the less we utter these words, the better for our planet and environment. But okay, fine. I need to do it, okay? Are you ready to see what she said? She said that now Googling how not to a cop with swollen Asian eyes. And she also said, outdone by an Asian. Hashtag what's new. Now, see, I am a person that's kind-hearted and compassionate and empathetic. And I'm willing to forgive and forget, but, you know, there's a limit. There's a limit. And it's not just one, it's not two, but it's 3 tweets. This is like the 3rd strike she's out. And she says that, give me a 2 out of 10 on my chem problem, cross out all of my work, and don't explain what I did wrong. Thanks a lot, stupid Asian T.A, you're great. The tweets were originally unearthed. Oh my god, this is spoiler alert. They're making a new Indiana Jones movie. Indiana Jones and the unearthed tweets. The offense archaeologists were hard at work as the tweets were originally unearthed. Quick, bring the necromancers. They need to do the offense necromancy in order to bring back the tweets alive. But yeah, it happened in 2019. And even though she apologized, it didn't work. It didn't work because apparently a company, the beauty company Ulta pulled its 7-figure ad campaign after McCommon's tweets were unearthed. Man, like, I am going to buy Ulta products now. I am going to just keep ordering and ordering until I'm penniless. Like, usually I thought corporations were evil, but this corporation clearly stands for good. This corporation actually cares. They are committed to action. So I need to spend all of my money on Ulta products now. And of course, as it is customary after a person who lacks decency lives our midst, an apology has been issued. Hey there, I've decided to part ways with Condé Nast. Here is my statement about why. I became a journalist to help lift up the stories and voices of our most vulnerable communities. As a young woman of couleur, that's part of the reason I was so excited to lead the Teen Vogue team in its next chapter. My past tweets have overshadowed the work I've done to highlight the people and issues that I care about. Issues that Teen Vogue has worked tirelessly to share with the world. And so Condé Nast and I have decided to part ways. I should not have tweeted what I did, and I have taken full responsibility for that. I look at my work and growth in the years since, and have redoubled my commitment to growing in the years to come, as both as a person and as a professional. I wish the talented team at Teen Vogue the absolute best. And with this apology, Alexei McCommon is at Teen Vogue no more. So let's talk about the people who actually matter, the journalists. and maybe we can figure out a riddle. This was tweeted a couple of days ago. Today we unionized. Our editorial mandate at the Huffington Post is focused on equity and fairness. We want these values to be reflected in the way our newsroom functions. We got here like very progressive, the Marxist fist of power, raising like a fist in the air, saying union with the Canadian leaf, very beautiful. So, what is the mystery, you may ask? Well, without telling us, they've shut down our site. And these private companies, they can do whatever they want, don't they? As of March 9th, Huffington Post Canada will no longer be publishing content. Existing content will be maintained as an online archive. However, certain sites' features were permanently disabled as of March the 12th. For more great journalism, please visit the actual HuffingtonPost.com. Fewer unions, more journalism. We are grateful for your support and readership. A Romanian journalist found herself under attack while reading the news live. A concerned citizen managed to get herself into the studio while throwing a rock at the journalist which was reading the news.
Spune că... Ce? Nu!
Luckily for her, however, the journalists have spent a lot of attribute points into the dodge skill, and as such she managed to avoid the projectile, meaning that no one got hurt. However, I would like to empathize that this is nothing compared to what the brave journalists in the United States are experiencing day to day on Twitter. Remember, sticks and stones may break your bones, but harsh words from the Twitter will hurt your soul. Meanwhile, California is going to vote on school curriculum that decolonizes America and praises the Aztec gods and builds a post-racist society. Now, sure, the Aztec gods may have demanded human sacrifices here nor there, and the method for sacrificing human might be somewhat questionable at best, but they weren't racist now, were they? The ethnic studies curriculum will affirm marginalized communities that don't feel part of the quote-unquote narrative of the United States currently. And of course, by bringing the Aztec gods back into power, by invoking the holy name of Tezcatlipoca, it's definitely going to bring everyone together, whether they like it or not. So let's keep Quetzalcoatl in our prayers, because next week the California Department of Education will vote on a new statewide ethnic studies. Hopefully this vote will be passed, and then the warriors from social justice might be empowered by the holy Tezcatlipoca.
Okay.
Do you recognize this statue?
Si, senor. It is very, very bad luck. That is Tezcatlipoca, the night hunter.
I know, but I don't believe in luck, good or bad.
You may not now, but you will.
The guy looked scared out of his wits.
I really love America. It's becoming more and more progressive by the day. Pushing boundaries, breaking that glass ceiling window. I mean, look at this. This is the Chinese delegation. And here we have a lady which dyed her hair. Now, back in the day, dyeing one's hair was something that artists or musicians would do in order to have more artistic expression. You would not expect it from a diplomat, especially not dealing with a nation like China, a nation that values tradition, hierarchy, and conformity. But this is the new United States. They are very progressive. So it's a very brave and strong move to have such forward-thinkingness. Let's see how it worked out for them.
Well, I think we thought too well of the United States. We thought that the U.S. side will follow the necessary diplomatic protocols.
所以我们刚才必须阐明我们的立场。
So for China, it was necessary that we make our position clear.
我现在讲一句，你们没有资格在中国的面前说你们从实力的地位出发同中国谈话。
So let me say here that in front of the Chinese side, the United States does not have the qualification to say that it wants to speak to China from a position of strength.
glass window reforged. I mean, look how strong, look how tsuyoi China is. There was a children book in Germany. A land far, far, far away from China. But just because you're far away doesn't mean that the CCP doesn't have strength. China got the children book withdrawn. They canceled it like the Americans canceled Dr. Seuss. But like the Americans canceled Dr. Seuss within their country. No, China looks over the seas and they frown. They frown because they don't like what they see in Germany. And then they snap their finger and the German government goes like, bow, 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 and complies. They comply because it's like China. And apparently this children book was making the connection between COVID and China. You cannot do this. I mean, what the fuck? Who do you think you are to make this connection? It's a pandemic. It concerns all of us. It comes from everyone. It doesn't come from one place. Now, it's okay to say that Trump mismanaged the virus. All right, but it's not okay to say China mismanaged the virus. You need to make the difference, okay? Now, because if you say the CCP mismanaged it, then it could lead to violence against Asian people, all right? But if you say Trump mismanaged it, it can't lead to violence against Trump supporters. Like that's how it works, isn't it? So we need to make absolutely sure that we remove every single connection between the CCP and anything bad, not just anything, but anything at all. Any negative thing needs to be removed. Remove from the books, remove from everywhere, remove from the internet, and not just in China, but all around the world. And that's what power looks like. That is why I will be on the right side of history and be loyal to the Chinese party from now on. Because I understand where power lies, and I want to be on the right side of history every single time. Okay, because now when we look to America, we notice also important milestones that have been reached, also important achievements that have been accomplished, but not like China. So you're asking me, like, what is an important milestone? Well, according to Politico, 2.5 months in, and President Biden has surprised some of his former colleagues and allies with a largely gaffe-free White House after a lifetime of verbal stumbles. I mean, this is a milestone. Okay, this definitely should go into the Guinness World Book of Records. We got 2.5 months, almost. I mean, we can't ask too much of the man, but it's almost gaffe-free. And that is an accomplishment. So let's just listen to one of his gaffe-free speeches and be amazed by this epic milestone that is being accomplished.
Our Commander-in-Chief, President Joe Biden.
Thank you, Madam Vice President. Now, when President Harris and I took a virtual tour of a vaccination center.
What did you say?
Now, when President Harris and I...
What did you say?
President Harris and I...
You know what I love about the news? Because the news reporters, the most important job they have is to gatekeep. Because there's so much stuff going on around the world. And sometimes they need to choose the important news and discard the rubbish. So you got China calling out the United States, saying that they are weak. They're not in a position of strength. You got Joe Biden saying that President Harris and I, that's not newsworthy. Do you know what's newsworthy? Like, do you know what's important? Sean Hannity caught vaping in between commercial breaks. Now that's something that affects everyone. All the other crap, can take a back seat. This is the important stuff. Like this is the important meat on the menu, boys. This is why we need to talk about Sean Hannity and his vaping addiction. Dios mío. Do you guys think I could gatekeep properly though? Like, could I ignore all of the non-essential news and bring you the actual thing that matters? Huh? I mean, let's try. Let's see if I can bring out a news that's actually world-breaking, like world-changing event to distract the masses from the non-important things. Imagine this. All right, take a trip with me into imagination land, because I can't really show pictures of this. It's a little bit spicy. Imagine a 71-year-old man, a grandfather, living alone in his home, when all of a sudden there are noises coming out from his home. There is screaming. And you, a 54-year-old woman, okay, don't question it, just imagine it. Okay, you're a 54-year-old woman and you're hearing noises from this guy's house. You're going to go there to investigate, to see what's happening, what is transpiring in this little abode. And as you peer through the window, you notice something that's going to change your life forever. You have now seen certain things that should not be seen. They are not meant for human eyes. The old man is moving around, wailing in horror and pain, as he stuck his penis in a toaster. So what do? Well, apparently you call 911 and all the other emergency numbers that you know. You don't know, like, if this is a job for the firefighters to bring the jaws of life, or for the police officer to arrest the man for his indecency. But eventually everyone comes, including the press, and they take your statement, and you say that you have now witnessed the horrors, and the old man is taken to the hospital. Okay, now let's imagine you're the old man. All right? You've been caught in this transgression. The entire United Kingdom knows about what you have done. So what excuse can you have? What can you say in order to make it seem like you're not a crazy person, that you're not completely wacko? Why would you stick your dick in the toaster? Well, apparently, according to the guy, are you ready for this? Because this is, I mean, even YouTube's TOS didn't think about this one. The COVID vaccine made him do it. Yes, apparently, according to him, okay, so this is not the medical expert opinion. This is just what he is claiming. The jab made him act irrationally. Like, up till this point, everything was fine. But after the jab, not only did he put his dick into a toaster. No. He also decided to confess. And by the way, when I say toaster, I don't mean like the Cylon toaster, like the one that's... No. Like the actual device, the one that makes the bread. Now that he got this off his chest and he realized, oh my God, like, I got the perfect excuse, he decided to reminisce about other activities which he did in the past, which can also be accounted for the job. Do you know what else he did? This is in the papers. Like, I'm not making it up. Like, it's actually, I'm reading the news to you. All right, do you understand me? Like, I'm not making this scenario up. Like, this happened. It's an actual human being that. He went into a kid's park and started sniffing the benches until a father found him do it and beat him up. Apparently, he was charged for indecent exposure and disturbing the peace. What an eccentric old man.
Trust and faith in our government to fulfill its most important function, which is protecting the American people. No function more important. Coming weeks, we will issue further guidance on what you can and cannot do once fully vaccinated to lessen the confusion, to keep people safe, and encourage more people to get vaccinated. I will not relent until we beat this virus. But I need you, the American people. I need you. I need every American to do their part. And that's not hyperbole. I need you. I need you to get vaccinated when it's your turn and when you can find an opportunity. If we do all this, if we do our part, if we do this together, by July the 4th, there's a good chance you, your families and friends will be able to get together in your backyard or in your neighborhood and have a cookout or a barbecue and celebrate Independence Day. This fight is far from over. As I told the woman in Pennsylvania, I'll tell you the truth. July 4th with your loved ones is the goal. Conditions can change. The scientists have made clear that things may get worse again as new variants of the virus spread. We need everyone to get vaccinated. We need everyone to keep washing their hands, stay socially distanced, and keep wearing the mask as recommended by the CDC. Because if we don't stay vigilant and the conditions change, then we may have to reinstate restrictions to get back on track. And please, we don't want to do that again. Thank you for taking the time to listen.
Now, I don't know about you, but I had a tear listening to that. That is true leadership. That is how you speak with the people. Oh my God. So remember, children, if and only if you behave and if you're nice, the government, in its all compassion and careness, might allow you to celebrate Independence Day. Not Columbus Day, okay? Like, I would kind of understand. If it was Columbus Day, I'd be like, okay, you know, maybe we can pretend we're the natives when the Spanish arrives. But no. Like, no. It's Independence Day. But not with big crowds, okay? No. Alone in your house. Maybe with some neighbors. But only if you behave, because if you don't, they're not going to allow that. Like that is just way. This is just for good. And you need to wash your hands. Finger wiggle. Wash your hands. Be good. You need to be good. And how do you behave? You give me super chats. That's how. No, seriously, it helps the show a lot. Even small contributions, $5, $10. I mean, money is dirty, isn't it? Like, when do you want it in your hands? It can transmit the virus. Send it to me, to Romania. I'll take it off your hand. I know what to do with it. Hello. I'll give you some buyer's remorse in exchange. How about that? Thank you for watching this. I hope you love this segment. I'll keep it a little bit short today. I just want to see how it's like if I make them a little bit shorter. It's kind of discouraging when you look at something 50 minutes longer. Like, just keeping it a little bit shorter. And yeah, I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow. Take care.